David Marcellus Saylor, born November 26, 36, in Sullivan County, Tennessee.
Mr. David Saylor was the oldest of 4 children born to J.C. and Jesse Saylor. With his father working at Eastman, David and his family lived in Kingsport before moving to Boones Creek in Washington County. And then when he was 12 years old, the family moved to the farm where they are now in Pleasant Valley.
I was just big enough to do a little of the milking, a few feeding stuff. Something like that. While Daddy was working at Eastman, he'd come in on the weekdays or the nights. He'd mow hay and we'd put that up, and I got to work at handle square bale, loading hay and stuff of that range just during them. A few years later, I got old enough to start doing other things. And then I didn't know when to quit.
And it's thanks to that committed spirit and dedication to farm life that the Saylors have continued farming all these years, but even more so, continued in the dairy business. Saylor Dairy is a staple across the state and the Southeast, and it all started just after World War II.
Started the dairy business here in '48, milking cows by hand. Mother done most of the milking. I'd help her milk a little, and then we went into grade B in '49, selling the grade B milk, sold 2 or 3 couple cans a day and something, and then went to grade A in '50.
Along with milking cows and helping on the farm, David attended Sulphur Springs School and graduated in 1954. After graduating, he farmed for a few years and then spent 6 years in the Army Reserves before coming back to the farm full-time. And as much as the farm and milking cows has been a constant, the one woman who can top it all is his bride, the former Margaret Cox.
We went to church, I guess, all of our life together, kind of, just as kids, you know, and some youth programs. We didn't start dating until we went to Milligan one night for some kind of a concert at Milligan College, and come back through Johnson City. And I run into the back of another person, and she hit her head on a sun visor. I think that addled her, so we just kept her going and married in '59.
65 years later, the Saylors are still devoted to one another and are proud to have raised 3 children on the farm and now enjoy their 6 granddaughters and 8 great-grandchildren. And there's no doubt the Saylors' faith in God have guided them all these years. And for David, it all started at Boones Creek Christian Church, where he was raised and has since served as a deacon, an elder, in the choir, and in many other capacities.
I never tried another church in my life. I've been to that one. That was home, and still is. The parents went, the grandparents went, so Mother made us go. When we went, and that's where we just stayed.
Another big part of David's life that has been home for the past 60 years or more is Farm Bureau, serving on the Washington County Farm Bureau Board of Directors for nearly 5 decades, and the past 16 as county president.
I got put on the ballot, and to this day I've never been took off. The farmer can't get to legislative meetings and all that kind of stuff. They've got somebody there that's working for you. The farmer hasn't got the time to do that. So that's one thing about the Farm Bureau. They're looking to help you, help the farmer, or help anybody that's needing help on legislative relations or anything like that.
And it's because of that willingness to serve and commitment to his family, his farm, his church, and his community that Mr. David Saylor is receiving Farm Bureau's highest honor, the Distinguished Service Award.
I don't know how to say it. I was just overwhelmed, and then I just couldn't believe it. And then she said, all them kids are gonna go give up a day to go be with me. It makes you do a lot of thinking. So I just don't know how to specify anything different. I'm just overwhelmed with the thought and the gratitude and all that. And I guess you'd be thinking that I don't do enough of it. I know I don't, but thank the Lord for being able to get that far in life.
I've said this several times, but this is my favorite part of this whole convention, is to be able to honor these distinguished members. And it's a little special tonight because I've known David for longer than I want to tell. And we all know him as Papa Saylor.
I want to thank each and every one that's had a chance, that's had the hand in making this possible for me. This is a great honor and something that I feel that I don't really deserve, but they say I do, so I'll go along with it and hope everything works. So I want to thank my family, all of them that I have, especially my son that works with me on the farm and takes care of the most of the farm. I do some of the farm labor now. He thinks there, if you catch some 1936 up today, you can kind of figure about how my age is getting pretty old. And I want to thank the Lord for allowing me to live and join and carry my family and be a member of the Farm Bureau for as long as I have. I want to thank you and thank Farm Bureau and thank everyone else for thank you tonight.